Hello everybody, my name is Sniping Fun. I welcome you all back to my part 2 of this top 10 list of my top 10 video game ideas that I would like to actually see being made. I've already done numbers 10 through 5, and this is going to be part 2, numbers 1 through 4 with my honorable mentions. Now, before I get started, I wanted to quickly mention 2 reasons why this was turned into a 2-parter. Originally, when I recorded that video, I did end up recording an entire video with 1 through 4, and the honorable mentions included as well. But the video was like 40-some odd minutes long because I talked too damn much. And I'm like, holy crap, I talked longer than a lot of my other top 10 lists. So I tried uploading it over and over and over again. It didn't work. Yes, it was too long. It took forever. So maybe the HD quality may take forever for 40-some odd minutes. It was like 44-some odd minutes. And then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try cutting it into 2 parts. And I upload 1 part, and you've already seen part 1 so far, and this is part 2, numbers 4 through 1 now. And I tried uploading that like 2 or 3 times since then, and it wouldn't go up. I gave it, like, part 1 went up in a couple hours. Part 2 took a day, and it didn't make it anywhere. So I decided, you know what? I want to start over. And originally, my original video did kind of get cut off when I was recording it anyways. Like, at the end, when I was talking about number 1, it kind of got cut off before I finished talking about it. And I originally was going to use that, because I'm like, okay, maybe it'll be different. Like, I guess space on the camera, or the SD card or something, I have no clue. So, that's what happened there. So, after trying multiple times to upload the second part of it from the original video, I gave up on it. You know what? I'm just going to restart from number 4 and move on and re-record the entire audio so far. I'm going to talk. It's going to be different, but at least it's something I could probably get up. And I wanted to mention that to all of you, if you guys were wondering why this was my first top 10 list to actually be in the 2-parter. Because originally it was recorded. It was a very long video. I tried putting it in 2 spots, 2 places, and the second part would just never go up. So I just want to let you all know that too. So, in the first video we talked about various games, top 10, like the Left 4 Walking Dead, and the Ruby fighting game, and so on and so forth. And if you want to go watch that video, if you have not seen that video, go check that video out before you get to this one, because I might be accidentally spoiling a few of the spots, which I just kind of mentioned 2 of them so far. I didn't mention what numbers they were, but I did mention 2 of the 6 I talked about so far. But I would recommend you watch part 1 before you get to watching this, because I might mention a few things from that. So just letting you know that, and this is continuation, part 2 of my top 10 video game ideas I would like to see made. I last ended off with Mortal Kombat vs. Street Fighter as my number 5. So let's get into number 4, everyone, and get this video rolling before it takes too long. Number 4 goes to Nintendo Kart. And now I will mention this, I do love Mario Kart. It's one of my favorite racing game franchises of all time. But there's so much more Nintendo can do with it than just doing Mario Kart every single generation. Including other characters for them. They're doing another racing game. And I do know they have Kirby's Air Ride and 1080 and Wave Race and F-Zero and all that stuff, yeah. But it's like, I love Smash Brothers, but it's like I would love to see like other genres of their games taking to a Smash Brothers style gameplay, like Smash Brothers style roster, Smash Brothers style game, and we've seen that. Here's the thing, we've seen that so far. They're inching their way into a concept like this, because in Mario Kart 8 there was DLC for Link, Isabelle, the Villager, and the Mii has been a playable character in Mario Kart since the Wii game. So it's like they have tried introducing other characters into Mario Kart. Because here's the thing, like I said, I do love Mario Kart, but sometimes they add so many random off-the-wall minor Mario characters that it gets boring sometimes. You see Shy Guys and Koopa Troopas and everything, when they could be going to WarioWare and getting Ashley or Mona or Jimmy T, or going over to Wario Land and getting Captain Syrup, or going over to the Donkey Kong game and getting the rest of the Kongs, which they have done that sparingly, but they have not done it majorly by putting like 6, 7, 8 Kongs in the game. You can get Cranky, you can get everyone else. They always add the most off-the-wall characters, one-sided, one-shot characters into the game, and it gets boring after a while, seeing just all the minor Mario characters, but you can have much more major characters. Who really wants to play as a Goomba, or a Koopa Troopa, or any of that stuff? I can understand like the Bone Koopa thing and stuff like that, but just normal Koopa Troopas and Goombas and generic Shy Guys and everything, I find that kind of boring. No offense, I'd like to have a roster of characters that are more well-rounded. Now, I'm not saying for them to get rid of Mario Kart, because that's never going to happen, but I'd like them to do a spin-off of a Nintendo Kart, or we could always go with the name Nintendo All-Star Racing, and just include other Nintendo characters in that game. As the roster, you can get in Shulk from Xenoblade, Captain Falcon from F-Zero. You get stuff like Fire Emblem characters like Marth or Sheeta or Micaiah or Roy or Eli Wood. You can put in Kirby, Ness, Pokemon trainers Red, Blue, Hilda, Hilbert, Green, Gold, Silver, May, Dawn, Brendan. Riding their bikes, like I said, Captain Falcon 4 could ride ride the Blue Falcon. Link can be in there again, riding Epona, as well as Zelda and Ganondorf riding horses, like a bike for Ness, one of those Mechon machine things for Shulk. Kirby can ride the Star. Every character could pretty much have their own original vehicle from its respective Nintendo franchise. And you could even include some third-party characters like Mega Man riding Rush or some go-kart thing for Pac-Man or whatever the heck you want to do. Snake riding a freaking mini Metal Gear down the track would be pretty freaking cool. You know, just other Nintendo franchises, and especially for Nintendo franchises that may never see the light of day in Smash Brothers, like Wave Racer 1080, or the Excite Biker from Excite Bike. You can put in Ryoyo Hayami from Wave Race and have him ride like a jet ski style race car, or Ryoyo Hayami riding a snowboard style. No, Ryoyo Hayami. Ricky Winterborn, I already said. Ryoyo Hayami riding a wave race style, like jet ski, and Ricky Winterborn riding like a snowboard style car. It'd be pretty freaking cool. Like you can get the franchises from, characters from Nintendo franchises that would never probably have a chance to be in Smash Bros. But if you take it to a different genre, you get, like a racing game, you get other respective characters. And it's like I would love to see Nintendo cross over their franchises in more games than just Smash Bros. Every single generation, because we've seen 4 Smash Bros. Games so far. We're eventually going to see Smash Bros. 5 and 6 and 7 and so on and so forth, and that's all cool. And then I love the Smash Bros. Franchise. You should know that by now, because I did a whole flipping year and a half or so of speculation for Smash, or maybe 2 years actually, for Smash Bros. 4. I love the franchise. I love fighting games, and I love Nintendo franchises, and seeing them all crossing over was pretty freaking cool. But I would love to see Nintendo take a step in crossing their franchises over more. And Nintendo Kart, or Nintendo All-Star Racing, a racing franchise, is a genre that a lot of gaming fans love too, and it could also introduce us to other Nintendo characters that may not have a chance for Smash Brothers. Like franchises, because not all their characters are built for fighting, but a lot of their characters would be built for riding some sort of vehicle down the track. You can include all these different franchise characters, like I mentioned, Marth, Shulk, Kirby, Ness, Link, and Zelda. You can get in Isaac from Golden Sun, Issa-Jo from Sin and Punishment. You can include like Andy and the infantry soldiers riding tanks down the racetrack. You can do a lot of stuff, and that's why I'm going to say that's my number 4, because it's like it is a concept I would like to see more, and we've seen it barely happen. And now that Nintendo's given us the little appetizer, will we ever see, the full main course of them trying to go all out with Nintendo characters in a racing game? And I don't think I'm the only one that really wants to see it. I do believe there are other gamers out there, other Nintendo fans, that would love to see more than just Mario characters in, a racing kart game, or just a racing all-star game in general. And I know other people are out there that want to see it, because they were requesting other characters for DLC in Mario Kart 8, so why would they be against a full-blown game with like a big 30, 50 racer cast of like Smash Brothers kart? There you go. Just whatever you want. And that's my number 4. Now we're going to be getting into my number 3. And before I go forward, I want to mention this. These 3 ideas are, like, the reason why they're in my top 3 are there are 3 games out there that I really, really, truly want to see made. That's the whole point, the reason why they're in my top 3. These are the 3 major ones. Everyone from 10 to 4 so far, I like the idea for, and I want to see as well, and I'm big hype into wanting to see them all too. But these top 3 are ones I really, really, truly want to see. So let's get on to number 3. Emblem Warriors. Now, we've already seen Hyrule Warriors, Zelda meets Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, Koei Tecmo, this Mushu games. We've seen them like that, and that was cool. And then Zelda has a lot of big major characters that you can do something like that. It fits into that fantasy, action, adventure, RPG-esque, style game franchise where you fight around with weapons and do all this, magical stuff, and it fits that too. If there was ever another Nintendo franchise that I feel fits so well with the Mushu style crossing over with, Dynasty Warriors, crossing over with Samurai Warriors, another Nintendo collaboration with Koei Tecmo for that style game with their franchise, it's easily Fire Emblem. Because there's so many characters. 14 games so far for over 25, almost 26 years. So many games they can cross over and have these characters fight. It fits the medieval setting. It fits a war setting with a ton of people going to war with weapons. Many different weapon types. There's people that use swords. There's people that use lances and spears, daggers and knives. There's people that use hammers. There's people that can turn into animal creatures like lions and tigers and dragons and whatever the heck else, birds. There's people that use axes. There's people that shoot bows. There's magic users. There's a ton of different people. It fits just like Zelda would. Like all these different fighting styles, all these different classes, all these different types of characters that would fit so well, and just hodgepodging them into one flipping game and having them fight each other. You can get basically crossing over, like you got Ike, you got Micaiah, you got Eli Wood, you got Sigurd, you got Marth, you got Roy, Leaf, Lynn, Hector. You can get in Robin and Chrom and Lucina from Fire Emblem Awakening. You can get Corrin and the rest of the cast from Fire Emblem Fates. You can get in some side characters from all these games like Soth or Maya or and all these and Kane and Sheeta and all these different types of characters that wield all these different weapons, all these different characters, and then at the same time throw in villains like Meduus from the Marth games or Gangrel from Awakening or any of these other villains, and you got yourself a large 30 to 60 character roster ready to go, filled with Lord characters, main characters, side characters, and villains, many different weapon types and fighting styles into one big game. Fire Emblem is starting to become a big, major success for Nintendo. It's becoming one of their top major franchises. It's the reason why we see 6 characters so far in Smash Brothers. Why Awakening and Fates did so well. A lot of people are falling in love with this franchise. And this could be an easy way of pushing that franchise forward because for some fans, a lot of fans, we never got to experience a lot of the earlier games. We never got to experience Leaf's game or Alm's game or Sigurd's game. A lot of people didn't even experience stuff like Lynn's game or Ike's game. A lot of people just came in with Awakening and Fates. You can use this as a big advertising tool for a lot of these classic characters. Just put them all in one big universe, all these different kingdoms going to war in this big war setting, Mushu-style gameplay with all these characters. It would fit so well. And I really want to see this because not only do I love the Fire Emblem franchise, and you should know I really have gotten into the Fire Emblem franchise, and I really want to see it continue to become a success, and I love all the characters. It's one of the major reasons I love it so much is not just because of the gameplay, not just because of the story, but because of the characters, and falling in love with all these characters, getting to know all these characters. And it'd be cool to see Lynn working for Marth, and they go to war with Leaf's army, who has Alm, and all these characters, you can just hodgepodge them into different kingdoms that for some reason are going to war because they're all in the same universe. I have no clue, and you can have Lucina come from the future, and all these people, all the Avatar characters playing each other, and the villains come in and take over, and all the heroes have to work together. I have no clue. It's not just because of that, but I also do love the Dynasty Warriors franchise, the Samurai Warriors franchise, the Mushu games. They are really fun games. As plain as they are, as hack and slash button mashers as they are, they're still fun games because they have cool characters from Chinese history and Japanese history, and in Hyrule Warriors' case, Zelda characters. And if you go off the wall with Gundams and stuff like that, the company has crossed over with different identities before. Why can't they do Fire Emblem? And it's just my number 3, and I really want to see it. So what's my top 2? My number 2 most wanted to see video game idea to be made is an anime all-star fighting game. And no, we have seen ideas like this. Don't think it's like it's an idea I've mentioned that's actually happened before. What I want to see is an anime all-star fighting game, an anime Smash Bros., whatever the heck you want to do with it, that's no company specific, no creator specific, no designer specific, no specific genre, no specific whatever, no specific decade, no specific creator, no specific anything, no specific, IP, identities, units, anything, no specific anything, just the entire world of anime, the entire world of manga. Because we've seen games that have dealt with one world and one world only. There's been a million Dragon Ball Z games. Then we have, a Yu Yu Hakusho fighting game, and I do believe there's some One Piece games, and then back in the day there was a Sailor Moon fighting game or so, and every anime out there, Sword Art Online, and everything else have always got their own game in their own universe. And then whenever we do have a crossover like J-Stars Victory Versus, it's always one singular entity, and that was everything that was in Shonen Jump. So you basically only had Shonen characters, Shonen franchises, franchises, characters from one singular entity, and that was Shonen Jump. My idea and what I really want to see is an anime game that does not have any limits, that does not have specifically any guidelines, any force-filled walls that prevent you from having certain characters in there. It's open to the entire wide world of anime and manga. You can basically have Sailor Moon taking on Goku, Luffy and Kirito, Lena Inverse versus Alibaba from Magi, and you have Shizuo taking on Yusuke Urameshi. You can get characters from Berserk. You can get characters from Bleach, Tokyo Mew Mew, Madoka Magica, Black Lagoon, Blue Exorcist, Fairy Tail. You can go classic, even go older and get stuff like various Gundam characters. You can get Trigun in there. You can get all these different franchises. Neon Genesis Evangelion. What else is there? Cowboy Bebop. All these different franchises. You can go 2010s, 2000s. 1990s, 1980s, 1970s, 60s, you can do old and new, big characters and smaller characters, hodgepodge in one game that's supposed to be like a big celebration of the anime and manga world of all these characters, because it would be so cool to see a crossover with these characters having fight and have not just be like random people on the internet that are just doing stupid discussions and arguments with each other and what character is better and whatever like that is, and not just seeing death battles and not just seeing fighting games that specifically delve into one realm of anime and manga, like Shonen Jump, but it's like you have Shoujo Beat, you have Shonen Jump, you have all these different variety of characters. You get some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in there. You get some Attack on Titan. You get all these different franchises: Speed Racer, Casher and Sins, Eureka 7. Everything. There could be so many. Like, I'm a big fan of anime and manga, all these characters, and it would be so cool for us to actually have something other than just stupid debates online and just random little death battles where we have control over these characters, we can fight as them, and we can just have them all battle each other out. Like, the best idea to do this would be to do the Shonen Jump, would be basically doing what J-Stars Victory Versus does. In my opinion, just do a big giant arena, and a 3D arena, just throw all the characters in, just have them battle each other out, big battle royales, 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, big just arenas and have them fight each other. The other style I think would make sense would be a Smash Brothers style and have people just do their crazy wacky attacks and knock people off the arena. You can go for singular one-on-one fighting games like a Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, but I don't think that type of genre would do so well with all these characters that have these wacky, crazy, beam-blasting attacks, swords wielding, doing a million different things. You can do it if you want. I just think that's kind of not allowing these characters to really be themselves. And it's like, it's something I really, truly want to see. And for those of you who probably have kept to my channel for years, I actually talked about this idea on 2 occasions. Way back in 2009, I did some stupid roster of this, and basically made a video basically talking about a random generic roster for some anime Smash Bros. All-Star fighting game. And it was kind of crap, because at the time, I mean, did see quite a bit of anime at the time, but I didn't see as much anime as I have recently seen. I haven't expanded my views back then, so my roster was kind of crappy. But it was something to at least worth a start. And then I did do, last year I believe, I did do a video asking all of you, my fans or various viewers that came across my video, like if there was a big giant anime Smash Bros. All-Star fighting game that had no limits for characters that could be included, what characters would you like to see? And I did get some responses, at least originally. And I did have to delete the video and make a new one, but whatever. But like I said, though, it'd be so flipping cool to see all these characters fighting each other. You can get Pokemon in there, Digimon, Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh! You get to Studio Ghibli movies, like classic Studio Ghibli movies. You can throw in the Baron, or Nausicaa, or Porco Rosso, or whoever the characters from the series that would, actually fight. San, It's an idea I really, really, really want to see. And it's like I basically mentioned, my top 3 are stuff I really, really want to see. So far it's been Emblem Warriors, an anime all-star fighting game that has no limits. The only bad thing is, that would be licensing hell, and it would be a wonder, and if we ever actually get to see that game come out of Japan. If they ever made this, the licensing of that out here, we'd have to have a miracle to have that game ever localized, let alone, even with Japanese voices, but let alone with English voices. It's a wish, but it's a wish I know a lot of anime fans want to see, and a lot of gamers of fighting game franchises, especially if they're fans of the singular anime fighting games, would want to see as well. And that's it for my number 2.